Welcome to another Postgame Media edition of Talking Hoosier Baseball. Today is Wednesday, May 11th, 2022. Last night, the Indiana Hoosiers traveled to Jim Patterson Stadium in Louisville, Kentucky to face number 7 Louisville. Indiana dropped the game 7-2. We, with the media, managed to catch up with Coach Mercer following the game. So after almost a month now, you've got two times Nathan Stahl's been out on the bump. What kind of progress are you seeing from him?
Yeah, he's feeling better. It's just been nice to get him back out there in a limited role. It kind of extends us a little bit. So, he's a guy that has a 3-pitch mix and that can pitch a little bit. And he's getting back to healthy. He's healthy enough to get out there. It's not an arm injury. So we feel confident that he's healthy enough to get out there and at least help us certainly in spots. If we can get in there against righties where he can spin it and have a good matchup, then we'll do that with him. So he's done a fine job the last couple times out, and we're glad to have him back out there.
Bullpen, you used 5 different guys. Were you kind of trying to get a lot of arms in, and how do you feel most of the guys pitched?
Yeah, I thought we threw well. You go to the ninth there. What was it, 4-2 going into the ninth? In Holder Field, has 2 or 3 guys in 0-2, 1-2 counts, and just not able to put those guys away. And that's part of being young, but taking the next step and being able to really use the off speed or execute a fastball in. Some of those kind of leak back over the plate or trying to bounce it and breaking ball gets left up. And he's that low slot. That's what I was just talking to Den about. He's that low slot sinker baller, and so fastballs are going to get hit down. Right, that's just going to happen. So the ability to throw the good slider and to throw the changeup is imperative for him, because he's not going to beat barrels. You look at Bothwell being a totally opposite profile, where he's going to beat barrels, so he can live more off of the fastball. And Grant's got to be able to get to locations, get to spots, and then be able to utilize his off speed better than he did today. And he will. He's been awesome. I don't mean that in a negative way whatsoever. It's just the reality of the situation. He got into good counts, and the first 2 guys were in 0-2, 1-2 counts. He got there. You just got to put him away in those situations, and then obviously the bump play, we don't complete the pass there. But overall, the bullpen threw. We pitched it really well tonight. We did a really good job. We executed the plan the way that we wanted to. Be able to get guys in against good matchups. Ryan Kraft was excellent. Gives up the solo homer. Solo homers don't win and lose games. But he executed against lefties what we need him to do. The breaking ball's gotten a lot better. His stuff is good. Just having the confidence to throw it with conviction, and you're seeing the velocity on the breaking ball creep up, 75, 76, 77, and as he does that, now it makes everything else really pop. So that was great to see. Luke Hayden did a good job, managed. Nate worked his way through it, did a fine job, and I thought Ty was good too. The Russian kid's a good hitter. Took a left-on-left breaking ball for a homer to left center. Tip your cap. The guy did put a good swing on it, a good pitch, good swing. Those things happen. But overall, again, I was pleased. If you go into the ninth and it's a 2-run game, a 4-2 game, and you have the first 2 guys in an 0-2 or 1-2 count, you think you're going to finish those guys, and it's going to be a 2-run game in the ninth. So we have confidence in them. Those guys have grown a ton. You look at where they were in the first month or where they are now. Those guys are transcendently better, and they'll keep growing. So I thought the pitching was very good tonight.
Do you feel the hitters could have adjusted better to breaking pitches today? Yeah,
we didn't do a great job offensively. We had the second and third after they balked with nobody out in the 6th, and they brought in the overtop lefty, with the fastball was going to ride and the breaking ball was going to have some depth. And I just thought we haven't done that all year, where we've left guys in scoring position like that, especially with less than 2 outs. The MO on us is going to be we hit fastball as well, and it's just what it's going to be. And so they're going to spin guys, and then you could see a little bit our mentality where when they spun a bunch and now some fastballs crept by you, now you're in between. And then it kind of goes on a kind of not a spiral, but it does a little bit in the moment where then you're in between, you expand on the breaking ball, you could be on the fastball, and that's how you get your butt kicked a little bit. So we had opportunities to be able to put up more runs, and really for the first time didn't execute the way that we have. And a lot of that is they pitched backwards to a plan, and then it got us off of our fastball timing, and then we were kind of in between a little bit. Was my kind of my analysis when I talked to the hitters afterwards. Being able to hit a fastball is the prerequisite to everything else. Talked about that a ton, and so it's just what you have to establish you can do, and once you do that, then somebody's going to spin, and then once you get in between, then they can go back to the fastball. If you watch cyclically what they did today, where it was like fastball, we hit the fastball, we go to the spin, You get in between, they go back to the fastball late, and then you get beat by both, right? You're in between, you get beat by both. So, yeah, offensively wasn't our best day. It wasn't a bad day, but it wasn't what we've become accustomed to, certainly.
Tyler Dones, typical second baseman, gets shifted over to third, made that nice diving play. What did you see from him today, and how important was he?
Yeah, Donesy, he's awesome. What a professional. Needed to give Josh is fine, but needed to give Pine a day off. Those freshmen have played a ton, and needed to give him a breather. And I asked TD earlier today, can you play third? And he said, heck yeah, coach. Go back to my freshman year and back to my roots. So he's such a good sport. Played a really good third base. And you think about it, we had him there a little bit in the fall just to give him some reps, but I mean, with Glasser and Pine, you wouldn't think that you would end Goforth being your backup third baseman. You would never think that Tyler would end up at third base in this season, but life comes at you fast. So you end up with him at third base, and what a soldier, right? To just be dutiful and go in there and make several really nice plays and do a good job. So he is such a A+ human being and filled right in. Low maintenance, no drama. Yeah, coach, I'll get it done, and he went and did it. He's awesome.
Two more. What's the benefit of playing a top 10 team kind of going into your last two Big Ten series, which are obviously key?
Yeah, I think it gives you another look at how far we've come, the growth that we've made, and to also understand, like, you lose that game, but you lose that game on some execution. It's not like they're not more talented, they're not running off the field, they just have to execute. When you get guys in second and third and nobody out, you got to drive those runs in. When you get guys in 0-2 and 1-2 counts, you got to put them away. When you get a bunt, I know that's a tough play. That's a tough play, but you got to complete the pass. We had a run down with Max at second base, and again, I know Max hadn't been out there a ton. He hasn't been at second base, but he's got to get that ball, sprint that guy to third base, and we're getting out. Now Luke gets out of it, but it's those little details of execution that are the separator in those moments. And being young, you can only use that excuse so long, and so those guys have played a ton. They're old enough to be able to execute in those moments, and they're going to have to. But it does give you a great barometer to see where you're at. Okay, we've gotten a lot better through the course of the year. That's the standard. That's the team that's going to host a regional. You're toe-to-toe with them there into the night, and you have a chance to win that game. And so now we have to go into this weekend and hold ourselves to that same standard and go play the best game that we can. Win or lose, like I've talked about throughout the course of the year, there's a process and there's a standard, and you play to those every single day. Just like when we were losing games, you show up and play to that standard every single day. Now that we've won some games, you show up and do the same thing, and we have to do that going into the next 2 weekends.
That concludes this postgame media edition of Talking Hoosier Baseball. Next up, the Indiana Hoosiers play host to Minnesota starting Friday, May 13th through Sunday, May 15th. We will see you at the BART.